the Magus card. Well, no, that'd be the Prince of Swords card right here. Prince of Swords Magus card combination, really. Interesting to see us finish higher. That would be interesting. Oh. Well, no, I mean, we have like a U-shaped dip here, right? We have a U-shaped dip on the 17th. Not quite a U-shaped dip, but pretty much a peak, trough, peak, and they're about the same, right? That makes sense to me. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, and if we do finish higher, that would indicate... Oh. If we did finish higher, that would indicate we have a very strong bullish trend that we're in the midst of. If we finished higher based on these cards, because this is a very bearish card. We had a pretty bearish day for the most part, and then to come back here at the end and go all the way to the high, if not higher, that would indicate to me very, very, very bullish, like overarching trend. And matter of fact, this horse all the way up here, which is kind of easily missed, could indicate that we do see a higher high. And we've got the priestess again. Started the day again, that's interesting. I mean, there's a low correlator there, so there could be a really big price swing, matter of fact. There's probably a pretty big price swing here. We've got universe energy here at the end of the day, too, in the midst of both these peaks. Right, and I got Clairkinetic Tower card when doing the reading for this, like laying the cards for this. I got Clairkinetically the Tower card, probably while I was shuffling it, like, is it Clairkinetic? Clairkinetic, yeah, so probably while I was shuffling, the Tower card flew out of the deck and then became our theme card. Those are pretty strong indications. Clairkinetics is really, my guide's really helping make something clear that it's important. And when we look at the 1 month, we've got unicursal energy all throughout the week here, the next 3 days. Huh. Guys, if you're new to the channel, really great way to support the channel. Um, Matter of fact, it's like the unwritten rule of the channel is the rule of karma. Make sure to be following the rule of karma. So when you utilize this information to profit, make sure to send 5% of the profits back to the channel. That's what supports the channel and allows us to keep putting out content. And then make sure that you send 5% of the profits forward. That's the whole goal of the channel, is to reallocate some of these funds to better purposes than just getting wealthy, you know. So all of these are great charities that you can donate through these links, and then that leaves you with 90% of the profits that you wouldn't have made without the information anyway. So, you know, utilize that 90%, spend it out of love, and the universe is going to send it back to you tenfold from all directions, my friends. So, but important here, the tower card, clairkinetically, very important. We do have a low correlation as well, so there's probably a price swing in here, a notable price swing, which is why it's a bit bearish. I'd be really surprised if we finished higher. I would be very surprised if we finished higher. We should at least see a trough. Like, there's probably like maybe something like this. Oh, that's way too... Oh, it's on the 10-minute. That also makes a huge difference. Okay, so we probably see something like this. No. I think this was a crest. Yeah, this was a crest, and this is the end of day crest. So this was a crest. This is a crest here, and then we had a drop. That was the Universe card. Okay, now I see it. So there's a pretty big swing here, guys. We're gonna have a drop off of this peak level. Just like we had a drop here off of this crest. Well, this was the Magus card going all the way up to here to another high. And then this indicates price swings. The Chariot card, when you're innate within it, it's a rally, it's a sideways fluctuating rally, but it always precedes a sharp drop or a decline. And then we have oversold territory that we sell off from, right? Look, on a 1-minute chart, we've already hit oversold territory. On the 5-minute chart, we're right around oversold territory. On a 10-minute chart, we already hit oversold territory a while back, so we're kind of at the upper end, more likely to go down than up, if you ask me. Especially with the candlesticks, well, the way the candlesticks forming. So we have lower price levels than where we are now early in the day on the 18th. And my sense is that this was a little difficult to read because we didn't have any high correlator or high relationships to the high correlator on the timeline. Makes it a little more difficult to determine where the high is, but my sense is that the high is somewhere right around possibly the end of the day, actually. Yeah, matter of fact, right, there's like a pop and drop kind of thing going on at the end of the day. It's highlighted here the prior day, so this is an important price level at the end of the day, I think. On the 19th, that's when we have a halting of a bullish trend. Yeah, so I think probably the 18th ends up being. Let me just double check on the 1 month. Like we probably open lower tomorrow. Revisiting support somewhere. Yeah, but there's a sharp drop here, guys. We're entering into Mercury retrograde. Um, at the end of the week, there's an eclipse, a solar eclipse. At the end of the week, like there's going to be a sharp drop here, but I think it'll be a powerful move higher, and then like a drop off of it, and then probably back to the same price levels at the end of next week.
Hey, was like,
Clear kinetics. Bearish. Google's got a bearish. We revisit a support level that we recently revisited. Like we declined to the support level we recently declined to in a not too distant past. So like several days maybe. Let's take a look. Yeah, sorry, I don't know how long you were waiting for that. I kind of went on a ramble. Ooh, there's a drop for you. I think it's probably going to be like a little mixed midweek, but end lower. Hermes, what are you crying about over there? Right, we're coming up on that cruelty price level again. I believe that's the cruelty price level. Yeah. Man, is that some move? End of day move. What are you knocking off the table? What are you, a cat? Bitcoin? go. That's what we were waiting for. Jeez. Um, daydreaming. Sorry, guys. Hermes, what are you crying about, man? Here. What you crying about, baby? Thank you. Oh, I love you too. Thanks. My sense is I don't want to be chasing a rally here. I think so. I think interesting. So let me look at a one-day chart here. Hermes, now you're in my way, man. So on the cusp of the 17th, 18th, there might be a peak that forms, and then we decline off of that peak to revisit a support level that was recently a past opportunity in a period of sideways rotation with a sharp drop that'll stand out in that period of sideways rotation. And when we have that sharp drop that stands out, will probably stand out on a 1 month. That's what I would call as the bottom. Hermes. It might not be a lowest low. It's possible I'm wrong sometimes, but my sense is that it probably is. There's a pivot point around the 19th. think the bottom's probably I don't think it's on the 28th, 21st. I don't think it's on the 20th, 21st. I think it's on the cusp of the 18th, 19th. Alright, so this is something new that I added to the reverse clairvoyant anchors. So pretty good indication of a peak there on the 14th rather than just a trough. So I'll know that for next time. Right, and so on the 9th, that price level, this price level here is like a midpoint, like between, like you could open up a position in both directions around this mid-level point here, around this 28,250-ish range, based on the 9, the Princess of Swords there, which I don't often see as a lowest low, so I'll have to remember that moving forward. Looks like we went a little awry here last week, but it looks like we're back on track. Right, decline from the 14th. Push out of it on the 15th. Notable decline to multiple supports, 16th. Magus card on the 17th. Revisit a support level, that's an important support level. Yeah, I mean, we're probably going to come up on this price level here again, somewhere around here. Maybe lower, depends on how much of a drop it is. It's also possible that I'm wrong. Like, there's a strong likelihood. Like, if I'm wrong, this is a reading where I'm more likely to be wrong about where the high is. There wasn't much to go on, and then overall, it's like a decline kind of theme. So to have the highs at the end of the month, the only reason why that could make sense is because there's an opportunity in the midst of a decline to open up a long position. Sometimes you get to see why it's an opportunity in the same reading. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes the opportunity is in like the next time period. But see, here we go, dipping. Yeah, matter of fact, I think probably I was off on the lowest low. The lowest low was really here on the sixth with this cash-in coin. Depending on what side of the coin, it means different things. One side's a short position. When one faces up, it's speaking of opening up a short position in most cases. And when the other faces up, namely the treasure chest, it's an opportunity to cash in most cases. You know, I was thinking about selling silver on the 20th. But I might hold it. I might hold it until June. I don't know. It might be the same peak or it might be a higher peak. It looks like it possibly is a higher peak. Talking about silver. I think we might end. If we end at a high, there's going to be a drop overnight. Is my sense. Pretty notable drop overnight. And a pretty good day trade opportunity tomorrow. In the midst of an early morning decline, opening up a long position and closing that long position. in the midst of a breakout on a 1-day scale around 2 o'clock. I'll be really surprised if we finish at a high, though. Like, it could happen, but this stone is also gaining more of like I'm gaining more of an understanding of this stone as of recently too. Like, this was clearly a low. We were just talking about Bitcoin. I don't know about that. We're thinking 18th, 19th is the low. I was talking about how if I'm wrong on this, if I'm wrong on a reading, I'd say there's a higher probability of me being wrong on a reading when it's something along the lines of like the theme card is strongly downward, and we end the month with highs. That's a pretty good indication that I'm missing something. But in a case like this where we have a Princess of Cups, which is an opportunity in the decline to open up a long position, in some cases you get to see in the reading why it was an opportunity, which would mean that we'd see a peak after a trough. So it could make sense. You mean like earlier today, or like earlier like in the past? What do you mean? So friend is creating community in Central America. Let me see. I don't have a 1 year for gold, unfortunately. Well, we could do it this way. I'm still working on the June gold. I want to do this one more time. I think selling gold or Ethereum, either of those is probably a couple months premature. Let me look at the Ethereum. If they can manage a loan, they should go with a loan. It'll be more difficult in the short term, but over the long term will yield the best results. Based on the Ace of Cups. Like we go higher in Ethereum. Looking at the 1 year, we go higher in Ethereum. If they can get the loan, they should probably hold both of them. And then if the loan becomes too difficult or you're not able to get the loan, I'd go with Ethereum. I'm going to do a 1 year. Somebody should really... I'd be surprised if somebody doesn't order a 1 year pretty soon for gold. That's the way, guys. If you're new to the channel and you have a ticker that you're interested in us covering, it's really hard to get everything done. I mean, I do these for free as much as possible, but there's so many people that are paying now. If you want to get your ticker like covered on our channel, the best way to do it is go to Estimated Forecasts and go down to the 1 year prediction, click here to order, select the year, and then put in the ticker, whatever ticker, crypto, or commodity you're interested in, and you'll get the paid version of the 1 year. There'll be a public version that comes out, but the paid version will have all of the best trades that we see for the year. And then also, don't forget about that rule of karma, my friends. There we go. So we end higher, and then we probably have a gap down overnight. Yeah, if we end higher like this, wow, very interesting. So there's likely a gap down overnight. Occasionally, but seldomly, the tower card has some like rally in it prior to a decline. It doesn't happen often, but I've seen it happen where a tower card will be a bullish card, but it's followed by a sharp drop. This is kind of like on the line because it was mostly bearish throughout the day, and then we finished higher. And there is this low correlator here at the end of the day, or low correlation on the timeline as well. So it's something to be careful of. We also had this clear kinetic tower. When we look at the 1 month, we've got unicursal hexagram energy over the next 3 days. Very toppy, guys, very toppy. So for everybody watching this, all our loyal fans, not sure exactly what happened, but like we had some issues where our website got disconnected from the search engines. They did an update on Wix and disconnected our search engines, and we didn't realize for like 2 weeks. And that's had like an impact on our sales and traffic and stuff. Like 5% and sales have kind of like fallen off a cliff, guys. We really need some support from our followers here. I'm just throwing that out there because we got a guy that we're trying to keep on the books. Hopefully we can do that, but we need some support in order to do that. Things have been so slow recently. It could just be a fluke. Could have to do with the eclipse. But I'm going to leave you guys with that. Thank you so much for watching. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma for the new people. Rule of karma is the unwritten rule of the channel. If you plan to profit from the information on this channel, we ask that you follow the rule of karma, be an angel investor, go to the resource tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, and 5% of the profits that you make back to the channel here on Cash App or PayPal, 5% of the profits forward to one of these charities or to a charity that you see more fitting, and that leaves you with 90% to do whatever you wish. Just make sure that you spend that out of love, and the universe will reward you by sending it back to you tenfold from all directions, my friends. I'll see you guys on the next one. Oh. Alright guys, later.